Okay, hi sir, my name is Zoe. I am a paramedic student. Is it okay if I do an IV on you today?
Yeah.
Awesome, that's awesome. So first of all, I'm gonna look at my table. It's all nice and clean. There's no blood or dirt on it. It's nice and clean. I have also my sharp box here, and I have this little guy for the flushes that I can just flush in there and not on the floor. So I'm gonna get my equipment ready. So I have my IV bag here, I have my line here. I'll do this once after I do my IV. I'm gonna take my IV bag out. Also, I have my PPE, I have my gloves and my glasses. So I'm gonna take some, I'll just move your arm here, sir. Good. Have some tape out. I have 20 gauge catheter. I have my vial access needle here. I have my lock here. I have my lever lock that will go with my line here. I have my tourniquet, sodium chloride for the flush. I have 10 cc. I will take a 2x2 out just in case that the patient bleeds. So I will go ahead, open it and leave it right on the table just in case. I also want to have some alcohol swabs out. Here, that is a lot of alcohol swabs. Bing. Good. As well as a Tegaderm. And that will be good. So Tegaderm is ready as well. This. So now I'm good with closing the bag and just placing it here. Give me more room to work with. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get the flush for the lock ready. So I have my 10 cc needle here. The bag is not tampered with. It's nice and good. So I'm going to go ahead and open it. Garbage pile there. I'm going to prime it a bit. I'm going to take my vial here, my vial access cannula. I'm going to screw it on. I'm going to take my 0.9% sodium chloride. It's expired in 2018. So we're good to go. So there would actually be a cap on top of this. I will go ahead and take the cap off and swab the tippy top of the sodium chloride bottle. Go ahead, swab, nice and generous swab. Now, sharp is out. So now I'm going to draw up 10 cc's sodium chloride. So sir, you don't have any allergies? No, that's good. Do you take any medication? No. Good. So I'm going to take the bubbles out. Good, so I'm going to double check with my partner. It is 10 cc and there is no bubbles. So that's good. I'm going to put this back into the cap. So I'm going to look at my arm. There's no fistulas. It's not a broken arm. Good. I'm going to open my lock. It's good. Now, just in case, I want to go ahead and swab the top of my lock before I go ahead and flush it. This is nice. Sharp is out. So I'm going to flush 1 cc. I just flushed 1 cc here. I'm going to leave the lock and the 10 cc in the bag right here. Sorry, my nose is really itchy. All right, so now we're good with the tourniquet. So sir, I'm just going to go ahead and place this little tourniquet on your arm. It's going to squeeze a little tight, so just tell me if it hurts. And also if you have any questions, let me know. We're doing an IV on you today to give you some medication, okay? Okay, so that's nice and tight. So now I'm going to double check my IV catheter. This is a 20 gauge IV catheter, 65 milliliters a minute. And it's expired in 2018. Double check that. So we're good. I'm going to look at the bag. It's not tampered with at all. Awesome. So my arm is good. No fistulas, not a broken arm. I'm going to look at my vein. I see a good one on the arm, on the hand here. So I'm going to touch it. It's good. I'm going to go ahead and swab it. All right. Swab, swab, swab from the inside to the outside. Gonna look. It's a little bit dirty. So I'm gonna go ahead and swab it just another time and see how that turns out. Is this the first time you get an IV, sir? Yes, all right. So I'll poke you with the needle. I'll take the needle out and there's just gonna be a catheter that's gonna stay in your vein. All right, so that second alcohol swab was good. So I'm going to take my catheter out, 20 gauge. We're good to go. Sharp is out. I'm going to approach the arm on a 15-degree angle. I'm going to make sure to stabilize my vein. And 3, 2, 1. And we're good. So now I'm going to go ahead and lock it. See, I'm here. And it's good, it's locked. I get a flash positive, which is what you want. And take the Tegaderm. See, sir, that wasn't so bad. Now, was it? Tegaderm is placed. As I do this, gonna ring the bell. Good stuff. Awesome. Now I'm going to go ahead and occlude my vein at 3 spots. 1, 2, 3. Sharp is clear. Good stuff. I'm going to take my lock. I'm going to wiggle the bag out. Good stuff. Whoop. Oh yeah. I would have. Good stuff. So now since I touched it, I just want to go ahead and swab it. Swap the port here. All right, that was my fault on that. So screw the lock in. It's in. All right, sir, you might feel this cool sensation on your hand. It is normal. I'm gonna go ahead and do the whole flush. That's good. I don't see any infiltration at all on the hand, which is good. I'm going to sharp clear this. That's good to go. I'm going to go ahead and stabilize my catheter now, or my port, with some tape. Good stuff. See, that wasn't so bad. It's kind of long. So that's nice and stable. All right. Now that this is done, we are going to go ahead and do the bag and the line. So I'm going to start with the bag. This is a 5% dextrose, 100 milliliters. It expires in July 2017. So it is expired. We'd go and get another one that's not expired. Good, good, good. I'm going to look inside the bag. I don't see any chunks at all. I'm going to squeeze it quickly. There's no leaks. This would also be in its own bag, so I would have to open it and then do the whole check after that. So that's good. Good stuff. So that's hung up there. Now this line here, it would be in its own bag as well. I would look at the bag, make sure that it's not tampered with. I would open the bag, and then I would look at my line. Bring this guy to the top here. Easier to manipulate. There would be a cap on this end as well as a cap on this end. I'm going to look at my line. There's no kinks. There's no holes. I like what I see. This is good. So I'm going to go ahead and sharp out, take the cap out, put it down. I'm going to go ahead and swab it. Good stuff. All right, I'm gonna take the little blue cap off here, and I'm gonna go ahead and insert my line inside, which is good. Awesome. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my lever lock out and kind of open it just a little bit. I'm gonna do this here. I'm gonna open it, squeeze it a bit. Oops. Sorry. So now I'm gonna go ahead and purge it. Make sure there's no air bubbles. Awesome. Sorry, yeah, there would be a cap, so I would undo the cap before I would purge it, obviously. So now that the cap is off and it's nice and purged, I'm gonna go ahead and take an alcohol swab. Swab the top here. Good. I'll take another one. Swab this here, my lever lock. Nice and swabbed. Lock this in. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just swab the port of the IV. Nice, generous swab. That's good to go. Sharp is out. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my lever lock into the port here. That's good to go. So now I'm gonna want to stabilize my line onto the patient's arm. I'm gonna make sure that there's no kinks also in the arm. And everything is easily accessible. Good. So now that that's all set up, I calculated earlier that I'm gonna need une goutte chaque 3 secondes. So I'm gonna go ahead and calculate that for my patient. That's a bit too fast. This is good. And that's pretty much it. After that, I'm gonna go ahead and clean my table, make sure that there's nothing hazardous laying around. I'll also go ahead and mop the floor because I kind of spilt a little bit when I did the purge. And that's pretty much it. Thank you.